Hello loves, it's me Keisha, and today I'm doing my first question and answer video. I hit you all up this morning on Instagram and Facebook and asked if you had any makeup, fashion, dieting, writing, career questions that you wanted for me to answer, and you all sent me a ton of different questions. So let's get into one of my first questions, and my first question comes from Robbie Bambi. That is her Instagram name. Her question was yes, LOL in my interviewer voice, Miss Irvin, how do you get your under eye makeup so crisp, perfection, fleek, and most of all noticeable? Oh, and especially without bleeding. Okay, well, Robbie Bambi, how you get your under eye eyeshadow to be visible is you need to place down a eyeshadow primer. And the eyeshadow primer that I've been using here recently is e.l.f. Eyelid Primer. And you can get e.l.f. products from the dollar store, from Walmart, Target. You can find e.l.f. products, and you can go on elf.com to find e.l.f. products. And what you do is you take it out, and mind you, e.l.f. products are like $1 or either $2. You take it out, and then you just pat it underneath your eye, because what a primer does is it's a base for your eyeshadow to stick. So, and then it also helps for your eyeshadow not to smudge, not to move, not to get all dull looking as the day goes on. If you ever notice you've seen a girl that has eyeshadow on without any kind of primer or anything like that on her eye, and it looks all dull and murky looking, that's because she did not put down a primer. So you put that primer on underneath your eye, and you do a primer as well on your lid when you're doing eyeshadows. You put that primer on underneath your eye, pat it in. And then what you're going to do is, say for instance, if you want to do the color, let's see, green. Let's go for green today. And if you really want that color to pop, you're going to take a small brush like this. And I'm going to go into this green color right here. And you're going to place that color right on top of that primer. And you're just going to pat that on so you won't bleed. Don't be afraid of putting makeup on underneath your eyes or around your eyes. You just have to be careful, like you're working with the baby. Just be careful, make small motions as you're doing it. And you see how that color is just popping, and I don't have any foundation or anything like that on. Now you see how that color pops? That's how you put an eyeshadow on underneath your eyelids. And you do the same technique when you're applying eyeshadow on your upper lid as well. My next question comes from Instagram, and her Instagram name is at M.A.C. Hey girl. Her question is a writing question, because if you don't know, I'm an author. That's what I make my bread and butter on. I've been a professional published author since 2004. So her question is, what are your tips on building a following and getting the word out about your work? What promotional materials / platforms have the best return for time / effort / money? Okay, well, if you're just starting out and you're a new author, what I did when I first started out my career is I had palm cards made up with my cover on it, with all of my social media info, with my email address on it, with the synopsis on it. And when I was out and about, I would pass out my palm cards to random people. I would just simply walk up to them and say, hey, do you like to read books? And if they said yes, I would be like, here's my card. I'm an author. You can buy my books at Walden Bookstore. That's when Walden Bookstores were still around. You can go to Barnes & Nobles. You can go online at Amazon.com. These are where my books are sold. And that's one of the tools that I use to build up my audience, as well as at that time MySpace was huge. So I would be on MySpace promoting my work. But now we have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Instagram, we have Tumblr, we have so many different social media sites that you can use to your advantage to get your work out there. Another thing that I did back in the day when I first started off is I hit up my local newspapers every day until I got an interview. So I got interviews with all of the local newspaper and magazines here in St. Louis. I hit up all the radio stations, got myself on the radio to promote my books. So those are tools that you can use that are inexpensive to get your work out there by word of mouth, family, friends, hold private events at your home for girlfriends and stuff like that. Do giveaways. Giveaways are a great way to get people to come to your page to notice your work and stuff like that. So those are great tools for new authors to get their work out there. I hope that I answered your question to the best of my ability, and good luck on your career. My next question comes from AJ's Wifey 05. What up, girl? That's one of my Instagram homies. She says, yes, Miss Irvin, how did you get started as a writer? I feel as though I have so many stories and ideas in my head, but have never written anything major, such as a novel. Whew. Well, writing was something that I was always very naturally good at. Ever since I was a little girl, I won tons of awards for writing essays and for writing stories and stuff like that. But it wasn't something that I took seriously until I got into my early 20s. I've been an avid reader, like I said, since I was a child. Reading is one of the things I love to do most. And I was 20 years old with a baby, working 9-to-5 jobs, little retail stores, and I was just like, this is not what my life is meant to be like. This is just not it for me. I come from a middle class family. I was on welfare at the time, getting food stamps and cash benefits, so I'd be able to take care of my son as well as working a part-time job, and I just knew that this was not my life. I was a straight A student, and I was the golden child of the family, and I was the one that was, you know, everybody just thought I was going to go to college and do all these great things, and I didn't graduate from high school. I ended up not having enough credits, so working these little 9-to-5 jobs, not having a high school diploma, it was just like, Lord, this is not what I know you had in store for me. And so at that time, I had read Terry Wood's book, Truth to the Game, and that book changed my life. I read that book in one afternoon in my bedroom at my mother's house, and I was like, oh my God, I know that I can write something equally as dope and fly as this. And so what I did was I started working on my first novel, me and my boyfriend. I worked on it every day when I came home from work, and 2 years later, I had my first novel written, and I sent it in to Triple Crown Publications. And 2 months later, I had my first publishing deal for a 2-book contract, and I was 22 years old at the time, so it completely changed my life. So you just honestly have to get somewhere, sit down, come up with the story idea, write your plot line out, write an outline out of each chapter, what you want to write about in each chapter, what you're trying to say, and go from there. You have to really be dedicated, and with writing a book, you're your own boss, so you have to really just buckle down and sit down and write. I cannot wait to see the finished product of the novel that you're going to write, and good luck and God bless with everything that you have in store for you. My next question from Instagram comes from @Twilight Beauty Jizzle. Hey mama, she says, I need dieting help. I guess she meant, dieting tips. So here are some of my dieting tips that I do and that I live by and I swear by, because I had to change my whole entire lifestyle after I got sick. So water is key. Drink at least 4 to 5 bottles of water a day. I know it might seem like a lot, but it's really not once you get used to it. I was a person that used to drink soda 3-4 times a day, never drank water, period, and that's one of the reasons why my ass got sick and consuming all of that damn acid. So I completely changed my life around. I drink soda maybe 3 times a month, if that. I drink water all day, every day. That helps curb your appetite. And it helps cleanse your system out. One thing that a lot of people don't know is you have to get all that waste and that food out of your system. So one way to do that is by drinking plenty of water. Water helps to break that food down into your stomach and help it pass through your intestines. Another thing that you need to do to help get waste out of your system, get your stomach not to be looking bloated and all that type of stuff, is by eating lots of food with fibers. Fiber foods are broccoli, strawberries, black beans, corn, string beans, popcorn. There's granola. There's so many different foods that have fiber in them that are good for your health and that'll help move your system and get all of that food through your system, and it's good for your health. Another thing that'll help you not only lose weight but to get waste and things out of your stomach is exercise. Exercise is key. If you want to lose belly fat, if you want to tone up, you have to work out. You have to do some type of form of cardio at least 3 times a week. I exercise 3 days out of a week, maybe 4, depending on what's going on. And I do 30 to 37 minutes of cardio. I do about 10 minutes of abs, and then I do like a leg exercise. So I try to get in at least an hour's worth of exercise 3 to 4 days out of the week. And then at night before I go to bed, I do more ab work, just laying in my bed as I'm watching TV to help, really get my stomach down, because it might not seem like it in my videos or on my pictures on Instagram, but I do have a tummy. I have still a big belly. So one of my goals is to get my stomach down and to lose a lot of that belly fat, because it's not healthy for you. So those are some major dieting tips that I would suggest for you, Love Muffin. Let me know how it works. My next question from Instagram comes from creative_innovator. She says, I have a writing question. What's better, self-publishing or sending your material to a publishing house? Woo! Well, 5 or 6 years ago, I would have told you getting your book published by a major publishing company was the move, but the industry has changed so much since I first got started. These publishing companies aren't giving out deals like they used to. The advance money ain't what it used to, honey. This self-publishing game is really, for me, honestly, right now where it's at. I just ended my last major publication contract last year, and this year I fully went out onto my own with my own publishing company, Color Me Pink Publications. I released 3 books this summer via my own publishing company, and it is doing phenomenally well for me. You get paid every month via you being with versus being with a major publishing house where you get paid every 6 months. And then a lot of these people ain't paying you your money, child. They being real sneaky, snatching your money. I'm just keeping it all the way 100 with you. So you really have to do your research. If you do try to get a major deal with the publishing company, you have to have an agent with major publishing houses like Random House and Straver and all those different big publishing houses, with the more independent mom and pops like Urban Books and Ashley and Jaquavis's company, Owl. You can submit your stuff by yourself. So it really depends on what you want to do with having a major publishing company behind you. They pay for editing, they pay for the books getting printed up and do all of that for you. You then have to do the promotion as far as getting your name out there, doing book signings or whatever. But when you self-publish, you have to be the one to pay for your books to get printed up, to get your cover design made up, to really, you're your own boss, you're your own company, so you have to do all the work. So it just depends on what you want to do. It's hard for new authors that don't have a name to go the self-publishing route, because nobody really knows who you are. With the major company backing you, they're giving you basically that cosign, like how Usher co-signed Justin Bieber, how Wayne co-signed Nicki Minaj and Drake. That's what a major publishing company will do for you. So I hope that info helps you, and let me know what your decision is. My next question from Facebook comes from Alicia Bridges. Hey, beautiful. She says, how do I use makeup? She says, I have no clue where to start, Keisha. I'm like a dummy when it comes to this. Well, when I first started applying makeup to my face about, 13 years ago, what I first started off with, one of the first things that I started doing was getting my eyebrows arched. As you can see now, I do my eyebrows like this because of a makeup artist reason. This is something that a lot of makeup artists do. We just keep the front and take off the back because we like to give our own shape. But for just regular everyday women that really don't use makeup, go get your eyebrows arched. Go to the nail salon, get your eyebrows arched. Go to the mall and get them threaded or whatever. Having your eyebrows arched is the first key to having a beat face, because your eyebrows are like, I kind of like to say, like the window to your soul. They open up your eye and they give your eyes like a frame. Like, it just makes your face just look so dope. When you see me do my makeup and I put them eyebrows on, honey, you can't tell me shit, baby. I am like just snatched. I'm giving you Beyonce fever. So get your eyebrows arched first. The next step is to find a foundation. Foundation is key. This is how I look normally on an every day-to-day basis. I have caramel color skin, but I have a lot of discoloration on my face. As you can see, I have very dark circles around my eyes. It's something that I inherited from my mother. I have dark areas like right around here on my face. During the wintertime, I get this light patch right here that I have to conceal. I have a dark area right here and right here on my face. As you can see, I have my mole. I have a mole right here on my lip. So in order to give me that flawless finish where everything is the same color, I have to use a foundation. Now, how to find your foundation? I get this question all the time. How do I find a foundation that matches my skin? Well, what you do is you go to the store. Now, I use on an everyday basis my Covergirl Queen Collection Natural Hue, and this is in Q725. What you can do is you can buy this at Walmart, Walgreens, Target, CVS. I think they sell Covergirl Queen Collection, or you can buy it online at covergirl.com, I believe. And what you do when you're trying to find out what your foundation color is, you can either open it up and swatch it on the back of your hand. See, I just put that on the back of my hand. Now, how to find out if it matches your skin color is you blend it into the back of your hand. And you see how that blended into my skin? That's how you find out if you have the right foundation cover. If it blends into the back of your hand and it disappears, that's when you know it will match the color on your face. Another way you can do it is by taking that same foundation and swatching it onto your face and seeing if it disappears. See? It disappeared into my skin. That's how you know you have the right foundation color. You want to find a foundation that matches your skin complexion. You don't want to go a shade lighter or a shade darker, because if you go a shade lighter, you're going to look real crazy. You're going to look like you came out of a casket. And if you go a shade darker, you're just going to look really dark and it's just not going to match. You want a foundation that matches your skin complexion. So those are two easy ways to find your foundation color. Now, I like using liquid foundations because I have dry skin. So using a powder foundation wouldn't work for me. It would just be dry on top of dry. If you have oily skin, you want to reverse that and use like a cream or a powder foundation base. So getting your eyebrows arched and then applying a really good foundation to really even out your skin tone is a way to start off using makeup, as well as putting on some mascara. Getting those eyelashes popping, having your eyebrows arched, having a flawless, even complexion is the first key to really learning how to apply your makeup. So use those tips first, and then you can go on to learning how to do eyeshadows, how to contour, to do your lips and things like that. So my next question from Facebook comes from Skippy Kenner. Hey girly. She says, how to properly use concealer for under eye coverage. What's the best inexpensive concealer to use? Oh my God, I'm so happy that you asked me that, Skippy. Two of the best, most inexpensive concealers to use are NYX HD Photogenic Concealer. This is $4.99. You can get this at Ulta.com, AULTA.com, NYX.com. You can get it at Target. You can get it from some local beauty supplies. You can get NYX cosmetic products. These are great concealers. Another great concealer to use is LA Girl's Pro Concealer. Is HD high definition. You can get this at your local beauty supply for $2.99. All of your favorite makeup artists use these two products. They're so inexpensive, but they give you a flawless concealed look. As I said, I have dark circles around my eyes, some dark discoloration on my face. So what you want to do when buying a concealer is you want to buy a concealer that's a shade lighter than your natural skin complexion, so that area can be. So here's two key tips for using a concealer. If you're using a concealer to do highlighting and contouring, then you want to get a concealer that is a shade lighter than your natural skin complexion, because you want to use that concealer to highlight the areas of your face where the sunlight and light naturally hits. If you want to use a concealer for concealing blemishes and bumps and things like that, then you want to use a concealer that is the same color as your skin, so it can all blend into your foundation. So when I use my NYX HD Photogenic Concealer, what I do is I open it up and I place it right underneath my eye. I'm just going to do a little demo for you, because as you can see, I have really dark circles. You're going to take a blending sponge and you're just going to blend that into your skin using patting motions. And you see how that concealed my dark circle from underneath my eye. Now what I would normally do on top of that is I would place some midnight banana powder to help set that concealer so that it doesn't move, it doesn't smudge, it doesn't get all greasy, it doesn't move, it doesn't crease on you. And what I do is I take that powder and I put it into its top, just a little bit of it. And then I like to take a blending sponge like this, dip it into that powder, and then place it on top of my concealer, and that's going to help set that concealer so that it doesn't crease on you and it doesn't move. And that's just going to further highlight and conceal those dark areas on your face. If you're just trying to, like I said, conceal blemishes or bumps, you're going to use a concealer that's the same tone as your skin complexion, and you're just going to dab that onto those areas and blend it in. That's simply all you're going to do. And then you're going to place your powder that you place all over your face to set your foundation on top of that. That's all you're going to do. Now if you're trying to highlight, like I said, after you've let that powder sit for a while, you're just going to brush it away like so. And you see how that set that whole thing. And then on top of that, I would place my regular powder that I put all over my face on top of that, so it just won't be so yellowy underneath my eyes. So those are the tips on how to conceal your blemishes and to highlight underneath your eyes, or just how to use a concealer. My next question comes from Monique Williams. And she says, I have blotches on my face, and due to the weather, my skin is so light and dry. I don't like putting on a full face every day. Will just a concealer give me some color and cover the blotches? Like I said, I have this light patch right here on my face that pops up every winter. I don't know why the devil likes to play with my face like that every winter, but he does. So in order to to answer your question, yes, you can put some concealer over that to conceal your light blotches on your face. That will help conceal it. And if you don't want to do a full face or have foundation on every day, One of the tricks and tips that me and my girlfriends like to do is use M.A.C Mineralized Skin Finish Natural. I use Deep Dark. This is how it looks. You get it from M.A.C. I think it's like $20 to $25, and it'll last you a long time though. And what I like to do when I don't like having on a full face is I get a face brush and I like to apply that all over my face. Just apply that all over your face in the morning before you're going to work or before you're going out. And this will give you coverage to your face, but without having all of that product on. And what this is going to do is, once you apply it to your face, give it like 10 minutes to settle into your skin. And that's really going to give you an even skin tone for the day without having on a bunch of foundation and concealers and stuff like that. So you can do that if you're just going to work, going out to eat, just running errands. That is a good way to give yourself an even skin tone look without having all of that product on your face. My next question comes from Reginisha Peterson. She says, how to stay focused and lose weight and maintain the weight you lost. Tips on wearing heels. I love how they look, but they hurt my feet and I don't want to be that girl that looks so uncomfortable wearing them. LOL, but I don't want a kitten heel. Child, I know how you feel. I've already explained how to lose weight. Those are the keys that you need to learn how to lose weight. I explained those in the beginning of the video. How to maintain it is by doing the same thing you did to lose it. You have to stay consistent with eating healthier, cutting out sugar and carbs and starches, eating as little of those things as possible, exercising, drinking plenty of water. Do exercises that are fun to you. As far as heels are concerned, this is information that is key. When I was heavier and I used to wear heels and go out to the club, and 45 minutes into being in the club, my feet would be killing me. And part of the reason why my feet would be killing me because I had so much weight on me. So just imagine being 245 pounds and having on a 4-inch heel on that little bitty ass heel, and you got all this weight on that heel and it's going on your feet. It's gonna hurt. I don't give a damn. It's going to hurt because you're just too heavy for a heel. When I lost 50 pounds and slimmed out some, now when I wear heels to the club or whenever, it doesn't hurt me as much because I don't have all that weight on my feet. So that is a huge tip for you, Reginisha, as well as, I'm sorry, I'm not that girl that can wear 4-inch, 5-inch heels, 6-inch heels. I'm just not that bitch. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. I wear heels that are 3.5 inches. It gives me some height, but it's comfortable and easy for me to walk in without having to teeter-totter on my damn feet, without having to concentrate every time I take a step, without feeling like I'm gonna fall over or fall backwards and shit, without feeling like I got pins up in my goddamn feet throughout the night. So find a heel that is comfortable for you. Our next question comes from Bernie Badgley. Hey lovely. She says, I'm going to a party. I bought a black lace skirt over a nude lining. It's a pencil skirt, 3 inches above the knee. Which would you wear with it? Outfit number 1, a nude 2-piece blouse that has a cami under, a pullover with long sleeves, nude stocking, nude platform heels, hair done up in a bun, bold earrings, necklaces, nude eyes, bold lip. Outfit 2, black wrap blouse. I can wrap the ends around my waist or tie it on the side and let it hang down the side. Black stockings, sexy strappy heel. Okay, you said that it has a nude lining underneath it. So I'm trying to figure out if is the nude lining kind of like how Miss Nikki Baby's dress was on the Love and Hip Hop reunion, where it shows it gives the illusion of skin. If it's that type of material, then I would suggest the nude top. so you can have that nude illusion look from head to toe. That is what I would suggest. Now, if it's that black lace, I'm trying to think. I don't think I would wear the nude heels though with it. I think that's too much nude. I think you need to wear a black heel with it. Wear the black strappy heel with it to give it some vibe. You don't want to be so nude from head to toe. Throw some black in there. Do that for me, please. And if possible, knock out the heels. I mean the stockings. I don't like stockings. Show that damn leg. Grease them legs up and give leg, bitch. Give leg for days, honey. That is what you do. Men like to see that bare skin walking towards them. I say that. The nude top, black lace, nude skirt with the black strappy heel, honey. A bold lip, a beautiful earring, a beat face, hair snatch. I have 2 more questions. One of the last questions is from Sarah Perkins 08. This is from Instagram. Hello, Sarah. She said, what is a good lip exfoliate technique? Oh my God, I'm so happy that you asked me that, because it is winter time and bitches' lips be getting crusty. So what you want to do is you can exfoliate your lips with products that you have at home in your freaking kitchen. All you're going to do is go into your kitchen, go into your pantry, and you're going to get a mixing bowl. You're going to get a spoon to mix it with. You're going to get 1 tablespoon of honey, 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of Vaseline. What you're going to do is you're going to mix all of those things into a bowl, mix it up, and then you're going to take that sugar scrub that you just created and you're going to place it on your finger, and you're just going to lightly scrub that onto your lips in a circular motion. Just scrub it off. Scrub it. Then once you've done that, you're going to wash the mixture off with some water and then put on some chapstick, and all of that dead skin is going to come off of your lips. Now, my last question comes from Manisha Chappelle. I pray that I said it right. I'm horrible with names. Hey, love. She said, what was the inspiration behind your novels? And is any one of them a depiction of your true life story? The inspiration behind all of my novels are always love-based. I'm a love story author. I write stories about love and romance and about relationships. So, the idea can come about from a song that I've heard, something I'm personally going through, something that one of my girlfriends are going through, a social topic that's going on in the world that I'm just paying attention to, something I might have seen on a reality show that I want to further explore. And then as far as books that are about my life, that are true books about my own personal life or lives of somebody that I know, China Black is me. My 5th novel, Torn. Torn is about my best friend, Monique, who I do Ask Keisha and Mo with. That story is loosely based off her relationship with her ex. And that is it, you guys, for my first question and answers video. I pray that I gave you all the answers to your questions. If you have a question that you want me to answer about makeup, dieting, fashion, your career, love, whatever the case may be, friendships, whatever, please leave the question down below. You can inbox me on Facebook. My Facebook is www.facebook.com/KeishaIrvin, Keisha.Irvin. And then, or you can ask me a question underneath my Instagram page, which is @KeishaIrvin. Or you can tweet me @KeishaIrvin as well. Or you can see. Bye.